The climate change message is not really reaching the citizenry, or that they do not really believe. They experience extreme weather events, but they do not believe that there is something happening as far as climate change is concerned. Could you respond to that?
Is that the citizenry of the Caribbean?
Of the Caribbean.
Well, actually, I probably would have agreed to that a year ago, but not now. There is, I think, a very clear appreciation of the issue of climate change within the Caribbean. I can say my own country, St. Lucia, have been quite surprised, very pleasantly surprised at how much people are talking about climate change right now. We've had our young people get involved, the Caribbean Youth Environment Network, not just in St. Lucia, but right across the Caribbean. I've been following them with their postings on social media. Our artists have gotten involved, and you talk about artists of all persuasions, right from the internationally famous artists like David Rudder down to locally famous artists. So I wouldn't say so. And I think this El Nino event this year that has really strengthened the climate impacts, and what has happened in Dominica, what has happened in the Bahamas, has really driven home to people that climate change is real. So this year, I would say no. I'd say that we're coming into this COP with a very strong appreciation from Caribbean people and a very strong call to action from them to their governments to do something about climate change.
Start of week number 2, how are we looking in terms of our red line issues as a region?
Our red line issues, I think we are holding with them. We are seeing also very pleasantly some coalescing of support behind us on some of them. There is still a significant amount of work to be done, but we've moved into a different mode of operation now. The COP president has set up negotiating groups, so they're co-chairs on particular subjects: ambition, differentiation, means of implementation, and fourth one escapes me now, and also on adaptation. And these co-chairs, and I happen to be one of the co-chairs with the minister from Norway looking at ambition, and our job now is to meet with the various groups, find out what their positions are, find out what are the negotiating positions, where are they willing to compromise, because the intention is that we will have a draft text ready by Wednesday that will then be circulated. There will be further discussions, and there will be hopefully a final text on Thursday that will be sent to the COP for its review, with the intention of adopting a text on Friday evening.
How confident are you?
To ensure that our voices are heard very clearly and often enough. The thing with the COP is that it's not one very powerful, eloquent statement that gets it done. It's very many statements that get it done. So repetition is important. So Caribbean countries, Pacific countries, AIMS countries have to ensure that they continue pressing home what matters most to them, that they also have to continue working with their allies and seeing how they can develop some level of support from their allies, and they're very clear allies on certain issues. And I'm very impressed with the work that our negotiators have been doing in holding our position. It's now up to the ministers. Ministers now have to take up that mantle, work with the negotiators, because the discussions have now moved from a negotiating discussion among technical people to a negotiating discussion among politicians, among ministers and high-level ambassadors, where they are here as heads of delegation, and that's really where that's where the game is now. But I'm happy that we have done a very good job in preparing ourselves for this. There have been many preparatory meetings through the CARICOM Secretariat and with the assistance of the 5Cs. We've been circulating positions, so everybody should know very clearly now where our positions and where our red lines lie. So let's hope for the best this week.